Hey there, scholars. So for anybody needing homework assistance this weekend, I'm going to kind of get us jump started, and hopefully that will help ease you into trying it on your own. So today in math class, we were multiplying by one-digit numbers. Sometimes we're trying two-digit numbers, but we'll start with the basics, and we'll start with multiplying a multi-digit number with a single-digit number. So here we go. So the first step I had us taking earlier was I wanted you to try and estimate before finding the product. Now, the reason for that is because we want to check and make sure if our final product is reasonable or not. This is just another strategy you can use to help you with checking your work. So I'm just going to rewrite number 2 on some loose leaf because I personally like to have more room for my math work. So the problem is 1,374 multiplied by 6. All right, so the first thing I have my scholars do is we're going to estimate each factor to check for reasonableness. So if I was to round 1,374 to the nearest thousand, that would be 1,000. And 6, we can round that up to 10. So I know 1 times 1 is 1, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So I'm hoping that my product is going to be somewhere near my estimated product of 10,000, okay? So I know when I start to solve, I'll know if my answer isn't near 10,000, I might have made an error in my computation. All right, so here we go. 1,374 times 6, or I prefer to read that as 1,374 groups of 6. All right, so here we go. Luckily for us, we only have one digit to multiply by, and that is the 6. So we'll start with the ones place. When we use this strategy called the standard algorithm of multiplying, we always begin multiplying with the second factor's ones place. So I like to kind of keep track. So over here on the side, I like to keep track of my multiplying. So first is I have 6 groups of 4. And then the next I'll be multiplying is 6 groups of 7. Then 6 groups of 3. And then 6 groups of 1. Okay, this will help me kind of stay on track as I go. All right, so I know that 6 groups of 4 is 24 ones. So when I write that, obviously I can't put 24 in the ones place. So I'll keep the ones digit, which was 4, and I'm going to regroup my 2 that's in the tens place with the tens place. Okay, so I'm going to cross this off. I'm done. My next step is 6 groups of 7. I know 6 groups of 7 is 42. But we have to add those 2 groups of 10 from when I borrowed. So 42 plus 2 equals 44. Now because 44 can't fit into the tens place, I will keep the 4, and I'm going to carry the other 4 to the next place value, which is the hundreds place. That step is done. My next step is 6 groups of 3. I know 6 groups of 3 is 18. Oh, but don't forget, I have to add in the 4 that I carried over to the hundreds place. So 18 plus 4 is 22. I can't fit 22 here. I have to carry over my other 2 to the thousands place. That step is done. And here's my last step, 6 groups of 1. 6 groups of 1 equals 6, plus those 2 I had to carry over to the thousands place, which is 8. So my final answer is 8,244. Now I'm checking my estimation to make sure my answer was reasonable. It's somewhat reasonable. It's somewhere in the ballpark of 10,000. So on my homework, I'll write that my estimated product was 10,000. And my actual true product was 8,244. Let's try one more so you feel comfortable trying it at home on your own. So I'm going to try let's just do a random one. My favorite number is 9, so we can try number 9. Excuse me. All right, number 9 on our homework is 3 groups of 697. When I use a standard algorithm for multiplying, I feel most comfortable with the larger of the factors on top, okay? So I'm going to go through step by step how we solved the previous problem. All right, it's the same exact strategy I'm using, okay? So first and foremost, I want to check and make sure if my product is going to be reasonable. 600 rounded to the nearest 100. And 3, we can just leave that as 3, okay? So 700 times 3. So my product will be somewhere near 2,100. Let's work this out. So I'll start multiplying with my ones place of the second factor, and I'll be doing these steps, 3 groups of 7, 3 groups of 9, and 3 groups of 6. Okay, here I go. I know 3 groups of 7 is 21. Since I cannot fit 21 ones in a digit, I'm going to keep my ones place, carry my tens place to the tens place. Next step, 3 groups of 9. I know 3 groups of 9 is 27. But don't forget the 2 we had to carry over to the tens place. So that is 29. 3 groups of 6 is 18. Plus the 2 that we carried over is 20. So since there's no place to carry my 2, it will stay here. And my answer is 2,091. Wow, I know I multiplied correctly because my estimated product is pretty darn tootin' close to my exact product. So on my homework, number 9, my estimated product was 2,100, and my actual product was 2,091. Alrighty, kiddos, good luck, try the best that you can, and I will see you all on Monday.